Alrighty, everybody, welcome. Steep T here. How's everybody doing? Hey, Goobertown Hobbies, how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. Swillow, welcome. How are you doing? Goobertown, how are you doing? Can't remember if I asked you that or not already. And the official Henry Cavill. Suspicious. If you are the real Henry Cavill, hello, welcome. You're awesome. If you're not the real Henry Cavill, hello, welcome. You've picked an awesome name. How you doing? So this is part of the reason why I wish Twitch is why Twitch had a verified system. Do you know how utterly wild that would be for Henry Cavill? I know, that's what makes this theoretically possible. Like, that would be nuts. But like, what are the chances? That would be too cool. That would be really cool. But, oh really, that's cool. I had no idea. Oh, that's awesome. So, really quickly though, everybody. I know I'm at my joys. No, but like, straight up, for real, it just dawned on me that maybe the reason why I feel like garbage right now is because I've only eaten lunch this week. I realized that I haven't actually eaten dinner at all this week. Like, I don't know where my self-care went, but it just dawned on me that it's not here. At least in this respect. So, I know we started late. I'm so sorry. Oh, I hope you feel better soon, Swillow. But congratulations on getting your second shot. That is big news. Swillow. Hey, Goobertown, how are you doing? Good to see ya. What did we say your nickname is now? Carl? I can't remember. Excellent. Lurk away. Absolutely lurk away. Right. So, I need to go microwave myself something actually that's real food. And not chips. So, I just need like 5 more minutes. I just wanted to come and let you all know that you're beautiful and I love you, and we're gonna put Bob Ross on for just a second, and then we're gonna get to painting. I promise. My goal is to see Alarith to completion. That's why I took my glasses off, because I'm gonna see her to completion. I'm so ready for it. Hell yeah, Swillow, that's fantastic! Oh, I'm so glad to hear it, I really am. I think, is that the first time you painted since moving? Alright, but I'm gonna go heat some soup up. I just realized that if I waited like another 15 minutes, people are gonna be like, where the hell is Steve? It's like infinity o'clock at night. So, just getting myself, you know... Oh, excellent. I'm so glad to hear that. I'm glad to see that. Well, I'll be glad to see it when you share some photos. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. That is new. Oh, that's exciting. All right, so, straight up, I'm gonna go get myself some real consumable food, not chips. So I'm gonna put Bob up for like 5 minutes. Don't go anywhere. And we'll see you all shortly, okay? So, pork rinds. Pork rinds, if you're on keto, absolutely. I'm not doing keto. I'm considering doing keto. Me and my friends, well, alright, my friends have all switched to an all-vegetarian diet, and they said it's wild. I just have to do the same now. Oh, nice. Hell yeah, round 2? Because it was super successful for you last time, if I remember correctly. Alright, I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. I love all of you. I just need to go microwave myself some real food before I wither away and die. So, give me just a second. Alrighty, so we've got soup in the microwave, banana. Let's talk self-care for a moment. Just a moment. I promise, it's not gonna be anything super crazy. But listen, I'm like, I don't want to set this down on the table because it's got oil on the table, but then I remembered they come with their own wrapper. Bananas are great. Alright. Guys. Looky. The candle worked. Guys, gals, and everyone in between. And even outside that. The whole circle. The whole gambit. Let's talk. Alright. I feel like crap. Physically, at least. Physically, I feel like crap. And I just... I'm keeping up on my good nutrition. Ergo, why I realized I haven't been eating dinner. But it's not like I've been like deliberately or intermittently fasting. I straight up just have like not been eating enough food, but then when I do eat food, ooh, hopefully that side effect goes away soon, Swallow. That's no fun at all. Yeah, exactly, I gorge. So I have not lost any weight recently. I have gained weight, which is... here's why it's upsetting. Firstly and foremost, not fat shaming at all. In fact, honestly, being heavier, 100% my ideal body type. It makes me feel confident about myself, and that's the only thing I give a shit about. Until I started to feel like crap. Like, the thing for me is that my weight gain was so rapid that I have this really noticeable periods of, like, feeling progressively worse. Physically, while emotionally I'm still doing okay. Hey, Secret Demon, how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. So, I'm trying to figure out what to do. I don't know if intermittent fasting works. I'm not a dietitian. I will say that I did try to find a dietitian, and the professional standards for dietitian are not where I want them to be. Not saying that they're bad, but the accreditation requests are pretty not where I thought they'd be for telling people what's important to put in their bodies. Like, not knocking religion, but like, most of the dietitians thought that the problem to nutrition was including Jesus in your life. That's not nutrition. Absolutely spiritual and mental guidance, absolutely good for you, because you gotta feel good to want to do good sometimes, and that can help. But I need someone to tell me, like, whether or not I'm making smart food decisions, because my spiritual side of me is good. Exactly, like, anyone can call themselves a nutritionist. There are a bunch of labels that require even less standards. So, going online is also difficult. Here, you can actually have this bit more. Banana! So I'm eating some banana because I think I'm a little bit low on potassium. What is IF? I'm not familiar with that. Oh, intermittent fasting. I see. Yeah, I'm trying to find something that is easy, because my mental strain load is not where it should be, but it's still not where I want it to be. So I do have some of this ADHD related issues too. Taking care of myself. Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna get my friends involved, but I just wanted to like just talk about it because it's kind of on my mind for the right now. Like, I just want to lose weight and feel better. Tired of feeling like crap. Even though being heavier is my ideal body type and it makes me feel confident, the question is, would I rather instead work on my body positivity while at a lower weight and be physically healthier, or kind of use this right now for me personally, not a criticism about anybody else because everyone is free to make their own decisions. For me personally, kind of feel like, hey, Isaac Iconic, how are you doing? Okay, good to know. Good to know. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, this is also part of why I'm talking about, is because you guys can throw ideas my way. I've tried keto, and keto is way too dramatic of a shift in my life to be able to do it effectively. So I'm trying to figure out a way that works for me. So yeah, it's just weird. Absolutely, it gets easier, but the problem that I have right now, that I'm alone, I have nobody other than my friends to help back me up. My friends aren't here all the time. So me, someone who has difficulties completing tasks, because I just do, like, I get them done if they're under stress, but like, if it's not important to me, like cooking is not important to me at all, zero, I won't do it. Now that's a symptom of my ADHD that I'm dealing with, and I'm working through it. But that's the problem that I'm dealing with right now, is that it works great for painting. Like miniature painting, I either get hella in the zone, hyper focus, 100% like just feedback, emotions, all of it. It's great. Keeps me motivated. But I have to like literally force myself to be here right at the beginning of stream. Like once I'm on stream, everything's great. But right before stream, I am trudging along. And it's nothing to do with stream. It's just everything to do with the mental weight of the task before me. Not streaming in and of the task itself, but literally booting it up is so not entertaining. I struggle to do it. So, good evening, Kevin Kitsune. How are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. So, that's where my struggle is how do I maintain a healthy diet and schedule when I'm having difficulties just simply maintaining me to start? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because I don't really have major support structure. I'm kind of just like have to do it on my own. So I'm trying to figure that out. I'm going to ask my friends for help, because that's a great idea. But it's also a burden to them in some capacities, which, of course, I don't... Alright, this sounds weird. Hey, Airspat, how are you doing? Welcome, welcome. See, that's a good idea, Isaac Iconic. Not to say anyone else's idea wasn't a good idea, but I like that idea. Pre-cooking the food, just spending a bunch of time cooking. I like that. I like that. And see, DoorDash and Uber Eats and all that garbage is so convenient. It's so damn convenient. I'm gonna have to delete the apps off my phone. So. Hey, Airspat. How you doing? It really is. So, I'm cutting it out. We're killing it. I noticed that when my self-help died, well, it didn't die. I just stopped with my routines that I'd built. Listen, Sacred Demon, that would be so cool. That would be so cool. It's all good. Go tend to your migraine, Airspat. I completely understand. I hope you feel better soon. So sorry your head hurts. But as always, stay steeped. Oh, and for those of you who weren't here yesterday, I finally put a compressor on my microphone. Software compressor. But I actually finally put a compressor on my microphone, and the audio is so much better. Because, loud noise warning, but I can scream without it blowing your ears out anymore. It's beautiful. It's delicious, because I finally figured out what a compressor does. It compresses the audio to a specific range, so that way your louds are always the same intensity and your lows are more towards your louds. Super useful. Thank you, Automod. Thank you, Automod. The word breast and tasty together. It was both. It was both. It was breast and tasty. Tasty chicken breasts. Automod, you dirty, dirty thing. Oh my god, that's great. That's absolutely spectacular. But So, there's a couple of reasons that I'm telling all y'all this. You ready? You ready? You ready? I know it is. It really is. Guys, I want to lose weight. One of the best things that Twitch has ever done for me is building motivation to paint. If I didn't have Twitch, my motivation to paint would be gone. It would be at a whim. I am able to use you guys as an accountability measure for me. And if it is okay, which I'm asking because I care about you guys, would that be something you are interested in, is following my weight loss journey? Because if I can turn it into a conversation with you guys, a goal and a journey with me, you guys hold no obligation to ask me about how it's going or anything like that, but just the concept of telling all of you. If I'm just working on this at home, who am I accountable to? I'm accountable to myself, but I only like things that are fun. Now, let's be real, taking care of myself is not fun. It just has to be done. So, I'm trying to find ways to make bettering my life entertaining. Which sounds so weird. It sounds so weird. But this has worked. I've proved that Twitch works for me for keeping me on track with painting. So, it'll probably be via Instagram or something like that. I'm not sure yet. But I just wanted to let you all know, so that way I feel accounted to you guys to follow through on this, because I don't want to break a promise to you. If that makes sense. So, thank you. I appreciate your guys' help with this. Even though in reality you probably don't have to do anything. But once it no longer like is gonna take me out, like I'm talking like if someone right now redeemed bits to or like channel points to make me do squats, I would be done streaming. I'm that out of shape. So I gotta get there first, but that will eventually be the goal. That'll eventually be the goal, is that you guys can redeem that stuff. So that's the plan. That's where I want to head, because all of you are wonderful, and you and Twitch both help keep me accountable for the things I want to be accountable for, and this is one of those. Do squats. I have no idea how to even do squats. I gotta figure that out. But absolutely. Like, alright. So, I have no idea how to do squats. I actually really don't. On board, in particular, if you have a set diet plan, macros put together, I'll throw and stream a meal. Step 1, squat. But don't you, like, put your arms out and stuff? Real mini painters don't skip leg day. Exactly. Alright. So, alright, alright. This is part of the reason. I don't know how to do a squat. Can someone please? Alright, so like, but am I like, just like, oh, like, is that a squat? Did I do a squat? Or is like this thing a squat? Because that's so much harder and doesn't feel right. Hi, I'm Dragoon. How you doing? What a weird question to ask, that I don't know exactly what a squat is exercise-wise. But yeah. So like, I guess. All right, let's see. Let's Google this. And then I have to go upstairs and get my soup before I forget, because I need to also be eating regular food like an adult. Box squat. Get a milk crate you can sit down on and get your legs to a 90-degree angle. Sit up. Oh. Interesting. Okay. So, bend your legs until your butt almost reaches your ankles and then stand up. Alright, let's see. A milk crate. Alright, we're gonna do this. I said I wasn't gonna do it, but we're gonna do it, because I'm not a coward. Alright, we're gonna figure out how to do squats. I need a box that I... Okay if I fall and smush. Almost sit down, then don't sit What's that? Okay. Couldn't find a box. But I'm gonna do it anyways. Alright, ready? Alright, you ready? I love that description. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Alright. Let me get some exercise music going. Okay. What's a good number of squats? Because I am sure this is going to hurt like hell. So, 5. I want you to know that it's been so long since I've done a squat. 10? 10? Okay. Alright. Alrighty. Alright, this is weird because, like, exercising on stream, this feels weird, but I'm going to lower the camera so that way y'all can tell me if I'm doing this right or not. Alright, ready? Alright, so, like, so the goal is just like this. Oh, okay. 1. Alright. 2. Wow, okay. Alright, that felt more like it was straightening muscles. Alright. Alright. 2. No, wait, that was 3, wasn't it? Alright. 4. Alright, keep my back straight if I can. Okay, perfect. Do it. Alright. Oh, okay, that's... Alright, that's hard. Alright. Sitting down without sitting down. Alright. I feel like I leaned forward. I'm gonna stay right at 5. Alright. Oh. Alright, like that. It's almost learning. Exactly. I understand why the cart is useful. Alright. Roll shoulders back. Oh. That felt better. 6. Back straight. Wow. Okay. 7. 9. Yeah, okay. They are not. So feet right under shoulders. Okay. Wow. Alright. There might need to be an easier exercise to get here first, but okay. Rolling shoulders. Alright. So alright. I have no idea what Iron Horse stance means. Thank you, the official Aaron McCavill. Alright. I've never done squats, but my legs burn. We're on 7, right? Okay, so now the goal is to keep my back straight and to sit. Okay. So I gotta keep my feet under me. Everything about my body just wants to not do that. Alright. Okay. I feel like I need to hold it longer. Is that correct? This is so weird. By the way, like, exercising on stream, this is so weird to me. I appreciate everyone. Yeah, actually, if you want to do that, Dragoon. Alrighty. I'm glad you guys think so. Because I need to do it. And I'm glad you guys are, like, supportive of this. This is great. Get to 90 degrees and focus on the return. Okay. Perfect. Alright. Perfect, Isaac. Do it. We'll do this together. Does not have to be, just me. That's what I was saying. Alrighty. Hello. Okay. Perfect. Thank you, Dragoon. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you. Alright, let's do it. Yup, I did. Perfect. Alright. Alrighty. Confidence. Ah! Alright, let's do this. Alright, so feet and shoulders. Feet and shoulders. Okay. Alright. Oh, okay, so I gotta get to the holding part. I see the purpose of the crate. I see the purpose of the crate. It helps. I feel like I'm gonna fall. Let's put my chair behind me, just in case. Like, I don't want to sit in the chair, but just like... Nah, it feels like that's gonna make it more hazardous. That's a bad idea. It has wheels. Okay. Alright. Welcome to my life. See, this is why simple tasks have problems. Okay. Don't want to roll back on my heels. Okay. Alright. Arms out. Keep the weight on the front of the feet. Okay, wow. Oh, okay. Okay, nope, that wasn't far enough. Oh, hey, better. Okay. Better. Alright, better. Alright. I'm gonna do a few more than 10. Because I'm gonna do a few more because I'm not doing them fully right yet. So if that makes sense. Alright. And then feet and shoulders. Roll back shoulders. Arms out. Sit down. Oh, alright. That one was better. That one was better. Okay, that one, better. Better, better, better. Okay. Oh, hey! How was that one? Did that one look right? It didn't feel far enough. Now let's look at this. What is this? This is CrossFit. Okay. This is a lot of words. Okay. Angle of the ankles. These are terrible photos. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. Hell. Ouch. This crashed again, didn't it? Ah, ah. Perfect. All right. Well, good to know. I've got a wall that I can do this against. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate that. I know, absolutely a random tangent, but good for me nonetheless. All right. Just because I'm tired, I don't want to sit. I'm gonna keep standing for now. Okay. Do 10 per day for a week. On it. On it. Let me go grab my soup. Then we're ready to rumble, okay? Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. I really do. The journey has started. Absolutely. Alright, I'm gonna go grab my food. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. What are you doing, Moxie? What are you doing? Alrighty. Absolutely, Dragoon. No, I'm gonna stick with it. Hey. This is why I told y'all. Because if I turn it into an obligation for myself, then I'll follow through with it. Alrighty. Woo! Alright. Let's start working on Alarith. We got a lot to do today. Thank you all for your help. I really appreciate it. It means a ton. It really does. And it really does. Chicken, vegetables, and some tortellini. Mm. Okay, good. Perfect. Okay, good. All right, perfect. Thank you. I appreciate this. I really do. All right. I need to fix my main camera. Wrong button. Oh. Hey, Mr. Zaz, how you doing? Ha! That's funny that you say that because I was just doing squats. How are you doing today? Well, I'm glad that you're here. Welcome, welcome. We've got some awesome friends here, so welcome. You're in good company. What am I doing? Right, I needed to configure the video so that it doesn't constantly refocus when I start working on this. Oh, beautiful. It's already at 20, 25. Spectacular. Zoom. So today we're going to be working on Alarith the Mountain. She's been a lot of fun so far. Getting close to... Alright, we're getting close to being done for blocking out colors. Absolutely! Well, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. Seriously. If you have any questions, stop me and ask, okay? Like, seriously. I mean it. So. Alright, perfect. We're ready to rumble. So, I'm using oils. Which, I will say, if you're newer to painting, stick with acrylics to start, unless you've already started with oils, in which case, hog jam. But, oh, there's Alarith. I'm like, what? Where's my card? Alright. So, this is not a wet palette. It's actually the opposite. It's not a dry palette, but it's paper. And the goal of the paper is to soak up the excess oil. So my oils are more, you know, configurable. Hey, Weirdfish, how you doing? Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. It's doing good, it's doing good. Thank you, Dragoon. I really appreciate it. If you don't mind actually DMing me those 2 Reddit links as well, that would be spectacular because they are open in my tabs, but if I forget to actually push them to my computer, which I'm going to do right now, send... which desktop is this? We'll send it to the MS. We'll send them. I love that. I love that feature of Google. But I'm doing good, Weirdfish. How are you doing? So, oils are not for everybody. And I personally think that while you could learn to start painting with oils, they're weird. Nice. Good selection of paint. Good selection of paint. I don't use Citadel anymore when I'm painting with acrylics, but they're what I started with. That and Vallejo. Vallejo and Citadel were my 2 starting paints, and they are fantastic. Many incredible artists still use them. So, find the paints you like, run with them. But, I have found a huge degree of satisfaction working with oils. So, let's start working on that. Okay. I don't like to have my brushes sitting out when I start because my decision for what brush I'm using, I want to be intelligent, not ease of convenience. So that's a personal choice for me to put my brushes away before I start, because if I don't, I'll grab whatever's already here, even though it might not be the brush I actually want to use. Okay. Let's talk shop about what we got to do with Alarith today. So, we're missing a number of blocked-in colors. These regions right here are especially difficult, so we'll actually block them in after we do a matte varnish all over the entire model. Because there's been enough time between each paint session that the oils are dried, so there's no blending after the fact. If I was working on this back-to-back, week over week, that would be the main reason. So, let's... Bullseye lanterns? What do you mean? Yo, and Dragoon, that's fantastic! So the plan here is we're going to be using quinacridone red to do all of the main portions of armor. So right here, right there, and all the detailing as well, but we'll get to that detailing later. I already did some of it up here, and that was a mistake to do it too early. This chain right here is actually going to be the same yellow as the horns, because we need that yellow somewhere else. The green is the same green that's on the mountains, so we're clear there. The blue, that's the only occurrence of it, but it's because I want the blue to actually stand out really strongly. And so it'll feel out of place being the only occurrence of blue on the model. And that's the point, is to draw attention to it. So, in here, we're going to have to get more of the skin tone, which we're going with this really bright orange to start. So, the inspiration for the colors for this model were Hanafuda deck, made by Nintendo, which have some incredibly vibrant colors. And I absolutely love it. And it's been an absolute blast. So, we're using the colors available here. And we're going to integrate black more at the end as kind of this accent color, which is going to actually look so cool. So, let's rock and roll. Thank you, Mr. Maz. Mr. Zaz, I appreciate it. Okay. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with taking a break from a mini, but my advice is don't take a break from painting. And here's also the lesson that I've learned. Sometimes you start painting a mini thinking it's gonna be fun, and it's just not at all. I'm looking at you, minis over here. It's just not fun. And there's nothing wrong with that. Especially since you're just learning. If a mini stops being entertaining, my advice is still finish it, but don't really care too much. Literally just do what you need to finish it as fast as possible, and just move on. Thank you. I appreciate that, weird fish. But I understand that. Yeah, exactly. But the reality of it is that you can always paint it again if you really, really wanted to. My advice is never strip and repaint your models, though, because it's really cool going back to my old models and seeing how I used to be painting-wise, and then seeing how much I've improved now, which is really cool. So I really enjoy it. Okay. Beautiful. Again, we're just blocking in colors right now. We still want some degree of precision, but ultimately we're going to go back over everything and finish it up. Thank you, Shorty. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome, Revelists as well. How are you doing? Shorty, it's been a while. How are y'all doing? It's all good. Listen, it's perfectly okay to be busy and not be able to make it by. Like, that is absolutely okay. I'm happy to see you when you're able to make it, so don't feel any pressure, okay? Or any guilt. I was playing Genshin's event and the music... Oh, I love the music. That's such a cool part of the event. No, I'm really enjoying Genshin's event right now. Did I just... That's okay. One of the things that I learned about this model is that I really didn't do it out of order. And it made my life harder than I should have. But it seemed so difficult to piece and paint appropriately that I just kind of assembled it, and I shouldn't have. That was a mistake. But, no going back now. I don't even know who Magnus is. I love like Guitar Hero and stuff like that, so it was absolutely my jam. Like, the lower difficulties were harder than the higher difficulties for me. Oh, I bet, Shorty, I bet. I'm back to no, not co-streaming. I'm back to dual streaming on YouTube again. So hi, YouTube. I don't think I have anybody watching on YouTube normally, but you never know. You never knew. Oh yeah, me too. No, like, all in all, loving this event. I think it's phenomenal. Listen, if this was a gaming channel and the DMCA garbage wasn't a thing, I'd show you how good I am on Guitar Hero and Rock Band. Like, I almost always play on Expert. I am actually really good at Guitar Hero and Rock Band. Love those games. I have not played in ages. Real quick, because I just remembered. I need to quickly check and make sure my ad campaigns are running. Because I changed their time span. And I'm hoping... That's the wrong thing. I need live. Please. I just wanted to check, because they're scheduled to go live right now. The ads are. But I haven't seen any engagement throughout the week normally. Because they're supposed to peak during stream time. Let's see. Anything right now that you're telling me? So, we're checking really quick. Live, please. Okay. It's what I thought. Since I changed the scheduling, I don't think they're doing anything yet. But, that's alright. I'll figure it out later. Have you seen the video Through the Fire and Flames? This actually shows the guitarist playing it, and it's bonkers. I have not. That sounds awesome. I have no idea what that is, Isaac. I have painted, or well, am painting a Warhammer figure, but I know nothing about Warhammer in any capacity. Nice. That's awesome. I appreciate that, Shorty. I really do. I get information anecdotally through chat. I don't spend any time researching it. So fun facts and all that jazz, still on board for. Like, my favorite fact about Warhammer are the fact that the orcs are actually incredibly powerful, like, psychic creatures, but they're dumb as rocks. And that's why all their mangled, shambled stuff works, is because they instill their willpower into it. But, they're still dumb as rocks. Exactly, red makes it go fast. And it does. You put go faster stripes on it and it goes faster. That's how it works. Which is super cool. So. Even in Gundam. Okay, good to know, good to know. Alright, I'm gonna sit down, my legs hurt, which is good. No pain, no gain. Alright. Oh, I'm so glad that I realized that I had not properly eaten, like, in a week. That sounds terrifying. I'm gonna stick with regular squats to start. I'm gonna start with regular squats. Nice. Send it to me on the Discord, please. Because I don't... Opening YouTube videos on Twitch is such a hassle. That's hardcore, actually. That's pretty cool. Way beyond me, though. I think if I tried to put all my weight on one leg, it would shatter. Oh, I bet. Alright, let's see. I need some upbeat music. I need some upbeat music. Let's see. Let's go to this song. And then we're gonna click song radio. And we should be good. Perfect. Absolutely, Weird Fish. I appreciate it. As always, stay steeped. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. I really appreciate it. See, here's the thing that I know, though, that is going to be really rough tomorrow. Is that my right shoulder hurts right now. And I took ibuprofen and Advil a little bit before stream. And I can feel the pain in my legs right now through Advil and a Tylenol. So I know I'm gonna be hurting tomorrow. Because I tweaked my left shoulder by accident, or my right shoulder by accident. So it's really hurt. So I'm in for a world of pain tomorrow. Wherever you may go, I'll follow you in. Wow. I can believe it. You did 80 of them on each leg? Wow. Straight up, someone should have warned you before you did 80. But, that's a good workout, though. I don't know what that is, but that sounds horrifying. I can imagine. That sounds brutal. That sounds brutal. But it is incredibly good for you workout-wise. That's just... I bet. Hey, small folk, how are you doing? Good to see ya. Ooh. It won't let me tap on the emote directly. I like it. I like it. That's awesome, Shorty. That is awesome, Shorty. How you doing, small folk? Did I ask you that already? That is a custom overlay that I coded myself. So, I wrote it in Unity. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that, small folk. So, because while I like using out-of-the-box solutions, I'm a software engineer. My background is game development, so I figured it would be not trivial, but pretty straightforward. It was. Took me about a month to write. Or, alright, it was not a month's worth of time. It was like 4 nights during a month. So, I don't have any plans right now of releasing it to the world. Because I simply do not care enough to manage it. Like, I'd have to support it and make it work for everybody, and I just, ugh, no. It's more commitment than I want from an overlay. Maybe if I figure out how to work really clever. Like, if I can get it to work really well and not have problems, then maybe. But otherwise, I'm not too keen on it. Nothing personal to anyone who wants it, but... Perfect. How's everyone doing? Alrighty. Playing Eve and being paranoid? Why are you being paranoid? Nice, Isaac, nice. Ooh. Nice, small folk. That's gonna be awesome. Yeah, let's take a look. Nice. That's awesome. Oh, I love how it looks. Oh, that's super cool. Fantastic work, seriously. That's so cool. Well, when you got photos of the painting progress, I'd love to see. Oh, I'm feeling much better. Okay. What's what? Howdy, howdy, Dark Angel. How are you doing? Where did that voice come from? Oh, yeah. This is Alarith, Spirit of the Mountain. And we're painting her in a Hanafuda color scheme. Which is really cool. Which is really cool. Well, that's what's been eating at the back of my mind, but I don't want to talk about that. Which sounds really ominous. And that's because it is. It's this weird hypothesis. And, Hey, Evan, how you doing? Oh, jeez, they forgot to feed you. Good lord. Well, I'm glad you got food. That's... Good lord. Hey, Evan, how you doing? But more or less the concept, without divulging exactly what it is, which if you do know, don't say it, but it's this postulation that by knowing it, it puts you at risk of being susceptible to the theory. And it's really existential, and it has been in my head all day, and I hate it, and I want it to go away. Like, it is absolutely what is gonna be what keeps me up all night, like, for the next month. So that's been kind of worming its way around the back of my mind. Oh yeah, thank you, Evan. I appreciate it. No, I'm super happy with how this is looking. I think I've decided I'm going for just a tabletop standard, but no, like, I just need to, like, tell you that I've got this weird existentialist problem stuck in my head, and it bothers me a lot. But it's literally, like, it's so unique that it's terrible. Like, if anyone is super duper curious, I will talk about it offline but it is... I like thought experiments, but I don't like this one. And I want to talk about it. That's the worst part. Because it's also really cool. Ugh. But, like, and I just stumbled across it too, like, they're just like, this is gonna give you existential dread, and I'm like, okay, well, you know, I'm probably gonna be fine. I'm not fine. I'm not okay. Yeah, that's the problem, is you want to talk about it, but the concept of it is so bothersome that I can't wait till I actually honestly forget about it, and I just hope that I never remember it again. Like, oh. So I do not wish this thought experiment on anybody, because it is... If you suffer from existential depression, but that's enough of that. Oh. Might be the same one as me. I found it on social media. Surprise. Oh, totally. So I've just got to get myself to stop caring about it. But the problem is that I love thought experiments. I love thought experiments. But this one is just too much for me. So, like, that's the problem. My brain loves it. Too much. Yeah, I'm really susceptible to existential depression. But it's also one of my favorite things to talk about is existentialism. Oh yeah, because they're fun. And like my best friends, they love this stuff too. Like they love this stuff too. But like I have this feeling it's gonna bother them just as much. So I'm just like sitting here and like just going like, oh, this is mine now. Oh, I love thought experiments. Like the prisoner's dilemma, the trolley problem. There's a few, like those are the popular ones, but there's more that are fun. Like I like Plato's Allegory of the Cave. Right, it's Plato's, I'm pretty sure. Love Allegory of the Cave. Actually, it's only existentialism if it comes from the existentialism region of France. Otherwise, it's just sparkling anxiety. I love it. Otherwise, it's just sparkling anxiety. Bingo. Nah, I really like that Dragoon. It's super funny. That actually looks really cool. Oh, that is super sweet. That is super sweet of them. Aww. That's so sweet. That's so sweet. This model's taking so long! Ugh. My shoulder itches. Today was really good, actually. Today was actually really good. Work was wonderful, because there's a neat problem to debug, and I was the only person who was able to... so far, I was the only person who was able to reproduce the bug. Which was not an understatement either. It's a really weird one. So, that was a blast. I felt really accomplished from work today. Absolutely. For those of you who are not following Haunted Miniatures, give Haunted Miniatures a follow. How you doing, Haunted? Good to see ya. Which is a really good feeling, because I have not had the most to do. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm keeping busy every day. But is it like, you know, actively engaging work that keeps me mentally stimulated and happy? No. But I had a blast today. I had so much fun today. Ooh, you got a 3D printer? Hell yeah! Resin or FDM? Nice. Oh, it's so much fun. I love debugging. And it was really unique too. It was a timeout in an HTTP client where the request was being made and the socket wasn't hanging up, even though it should have hung up. So it hit a minute and then timed out and threw an exception, and that caused this whole cascade of outages. But the problem is that fundamentally, the concept between sockets makes it so that opening and closing them are more or less handled automatically. Like, that's an automatic process for the most part. Automatic. I'm going to say automagic to be more accurate. So, that's a really difficult thing to do to simulate within one environment. If I'm trying to make this application reach out and test that this is happening, there's not a lot of easy ways to write the test environment to configure that. And it was hard to determine that that was the outcome anyways, because it was incredibly difficult to reproduce due to the fact that it was really, really esoteric and hard to reproduce locally. So I ended up having to write a separate machine, server. The server's job was to only do that. Receive a connection and never hang up. Like, just straight up never hang up. It is supposed to yield indefinitely with that open connection. And it reproduced the problem. So now that we can reproduce the problem, we can break it and see that cascade and figure out what is actually going wrong. Because that shouldn't bring down a service when that goes offline. The rest of the services should be stable enough to stay alive. Ooh, exciting. I bet. No, it shouldn't. For what? What shouldn't? I lost my context. I said it out loud and then it was gone from my head. Correct. So everything should stay up and stay happy downstream when this one point fails. But the single point failure is causing a cascade of outages. So we had to reproduce that single point of failure consistently so we can see how it cascades. So it's really dumb. So I feel really good. Since I was able to reproduce the issue, we now actually have a path forward rather than just strictly hypothesizing. Like, I already have theories about what exactly is going wrong downstream. Technically speaking, it's actually upstream, but still. It's a downstream process that's causing problems upstream, which is not okay. So, yeah, you know, that was fun. One of my unique gifts which is why I'm good at programming, particularly. Why it just comes naturally to me. If I theorize a system long enough, I'm right. Like, I have this impeccable capacity to keep entire sets of code and infrastructure in my head. So, I was right. Like, someone described the problem that was happening. That's how I knew to go, like, the thing is that I didn't do anything else. Like, someone described the problem and I'm like, I know what this smells like. And I just sat there. And I just processed and processed and processed. Like, I was in a video call and I forgot I had my camera on, because it really is. That's why I like painting so much, is that painting shuts all of that up. It's just completely quiet up there. I don't think about code when I'm painting. So, I'm sitting in my meeting, because they're debugging something else, and I'm just like, okay, so if this is connected here, and I'm just like working through things in my mind, and I point and gesture out in space when I'm doing that. And I'm in the middle of hypothesizing about this entire infrastructure stack, thinking about where it's broken. Like, I'm starting at the beginning and I'm just running through everything until where it should theoretically break. So, I'm like pointing and like moving things around, like in space in front of me, which is correlating to my imagination visually what I'm doing. And all of a sudden I hear my name, Emerson, are you trying to say something? Immediately pulled me out, completely yoinked me out. Like, I was so close to it too. And they just, oh, what? Oh, no, sorry, I'm just thinking. Like, I ended up taking my headset off after to keep thinking because, it just completely yoinked me out, which is fine. They didn't know. They didn't know. Like, it looked like I was trying to talk to them. And I like to help, so I'm a problem solver. So it made sense that I'm, probably trying to help with the problem they're actively talking about, but I was off in La La Land working on something else. But almost immediately after the meeting was over, I figured it out. And it was actually really fun, because the same gift, though, overcomplicates things. So I need more than one person to work with me on something to keep me from overcomplicating it. No. Thankfully, I don't ever have to start over. I didn't lose it, I got sucked out of it. It was still there, it just changes where it's being thought about. That sounds so weird. But that's how I think, actually, is I actually... This is so weird to describe because it's really weird to experience, but at the same time, it's the only thing I've ever experienced, and it's just kind of weird. But I think more than one time at once. Like, I have my I have my vocal monologue, which is actually separate than the internal monologue, which is actually separate from my thinking and then my theorization. So I think at the same time as all of those. Exactly, layered thought. It's super weird, but they're both, like, it's not both, they're all going at the same time. And it's really obnoxious. I have a 7-layer dip brain, exactly. Well, and so it's really cool for programming because I can think about different parts of the system all working actively together and more or less run them in my head and get to a conclusion. But then the other problem, though, is that, since my understanding... Alright, so this is the really weird one. I read at 2 speeds. I read with my internal monologue, and then I can read without it. And that's really weird, being able to do both, because reading with my internal monologue, the words, like, come in, and the words come in, and I process them as speaking them. And then there's reading at this comprehension level that isn't tied to the inner monologue. And that one's weird. Because more or less what happens is I look at my, like, screen, for example, and I see everything. And then those all kind of, like, fire off. And then that's why I'm completely jumbled when talking about stuff, is because they get resolved at different times. It's really cool, though. Like, reading without your internal monologue is how you read fast. And you don't miss comprehension either. Oh my god, I hate it. I can look at a page and read all of it more or less at once. Like, when I was in school, teachers wouldn't believe me that I was done. And I'm like, okay, go ahead, ask me questions. Because I can just look at the page and read, like, all of it. Like, in different parts, too. Which, you know, doesn't help getting things in chronological order. I have a hard time with things chronologically. I did not know when and where the Crusades occurred for the majority of my life. Oh, completely. I love it. I love it. Like, it feels really disheartening to people when they're like, can you read this? And I just, like, look at it and go, done. They're like, you didn't read it. And I'm like, I did. And they're like, no, you didn't. And I'm like, okay. Pretending to stare at this for a long enough time that they actually believe me, even though I was done a few seconds ago. Okay, done. You did a really good job writing it. Like, I remember that in school. Like, and the teacher would be like, Emerson, you actually have to spend time reading it. I'm like, I am giving grammatical feedback here, thank you. It sounds like a superpower, but it comes with some major costs. So, like, I don't want to hear any of that. Wow, I wish I thought like that, because it's hell. It's hell. But it also works sometimes. Let's see. Ooh, looking good so far. Loving it, loving it, loving it. Oh, that's so cool. Beautiful work so far. Absolutely and completely. Oh, I'm so excited to see how it looks when you keep working on it. Great work, seriously. And as always, Isaac, stay steeped. But yeah, so that's how my brain works. Like you! Sometimes it's cool. Sometimes it's cool because, like, you know, sometimes it's cool Like, it's cool. Like, don't get me wrong. But then I have the exact same problem of I'll be sitting here perfectly normal and all of that, like, thought experiment is playing out in different idea paths in my brain, and it just consumes all of my mental energy. And the problem is that when my individual thoughts become intrusive, when they kind of get tangled up with the vocal thought, that happens a lot when I, like, stutter. It's because right now I'm talking so fast and thinking about things so quickly, because more or less, like, when I think about something that I'm gonna respond to, before it gets to the vocal portion, I both synthesize the response and double check it as much as possible. Sometimes, however, though, the synthesized response makes it to the vocal output at the same time that I'm trying to double check it, and the whole thing stops working. Completely stops working. Like, I stutter because I have this hesitation because I'm like, no, I needed to check it, and then as soon as it's done, it gets out. It's really obnoxious. It is lo-fi is what we're listening to on Spotify. We're listening to, this playlist. But yeah, so, like, oh yeah, it's super good. But yeah, so that's my brain. And if I'm excited about something, nothing can stop me. Like, oh yeah, exactly, same. And it's not really like a complete stutter. Like, most of the time I can get the words out, or the expressed words pivot just suddenly. But yeah, no, it turns into a bit of a stutter. So, like, this is a sentence, but have you ever had multiple panic attacks at once all at the same time? That sucks. Won't open? Weird. I'll send you a link on Discord. I think it might be because I copied and pasted it on this computer, which doesn't make any sense, but I'm gonna roll with it. Sorry. It does look truncated. It's just lo-fi beats to chill and relax to. So it's just the playlist with the tanuki on it, I think. I think it's that. I don't think it's an actual raccoon. Yeah, so, like, having multiple panic attacks at once is just awful because sifting through those emotions, they're all fighting for the same outlet, because you can only talk in a single stream. So my talking, it's all of it at once. Like, straight up just words jumbled. It's great, I say, as literally describing it as hell. Oh, thankfully, it's actually really easy to get under control when it happens. Because as much as I think all at once, I mean, as much as I think in parallel, I don't. Or I guess I do, but I don't. More or less a single focused process, like deep breathing or the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 game, consumes so much of my mind in the process that it just kind of snuffs all of the other bits out. So thankfully, it's relatively straightforward to derail, but in the moment, it's really hard for me. Yeah. As long as my eyes, my ears, and my mouth are occupied, I can more or less keep it under control. Which is why this silences my mind. Is I'm talking on stream, so my mouth is occupied. I'm listening to music, so my ears are occupied, and I'm looking at colors, so my eyes are occupied. And my hands are occupied too. I don't pick my fingernails. I don't do any of my compulsive behaviors, like my anxiety tics, when I'm painting. Because it completely occupies every facet of me. Like, even when I'm by myself. But if I tried to paint without music, so like if I pause my music, and I start painting, thoughts come in, I go quiet, my mouth stops doing stuff. When I stop talking, or my music stops playing, things like that come back. I start to go back internal, because all of those multiple thoughts start to spin back up again. Because I'm not being entertained. Really, this September, I might be able to do that. So, that's... I will say that's at least how it feels. It's really... the observer cannot observe itself. Can't confirm that just yet, Haunted, because not because like I don't like you, but because I don't know if I'm going to the con. But if I'm going to the con, 100%. So if I end up going to Gen Con in September, 110% con partners. Same. But I appreciate you asking. And yeah, I'll ping you on Discord and we'll start figuring it out. Of course. But yeah, so in case anybody ever wanted to... I don't know, right? A little... So if anyone ever, like, wondered, what is it like to be Steep Tea? It's noisy. It's loud. I like funny words, and I find myself saying them out loud to myself. So, fabric softener. Fabric softener is a fun word to say. But, and it's really embarrassing when it happens, but I'll be putting fabric softener in the washing machine, and I'll like really loud say fabric softener. Fabric softener is how I'll pronounce it, and I will repeat it for as long as I am working with the fabric softener, and it makes me laugh so hard. I love it. Oh, I know, right? Isn't it nice when you just get quiet? Cellar door? What cellar door? But yeah, so that's why, so, y'all don't live with me. No one does right now. Other than me. But, if y'all ever, like, meet me in person, I do some weird shit out of nowhere for no reason at all. Like, my friends love it. They think it's so funny. Some of the weird shit that I do. Like, I am just so weird, and I love it. Cellar door? Ooh, cellar door. But let's be real, fabric softener? Ugh, it's just so fun. Like, Fafnir. I don't know what that's from, but like, I've heard it in like anime for like dragon names, and that's a fun name. What other words are fun? I know, right? Ah, love it. Falafel, yes, yes. But it's like pronouncing Lifesavers Leaf Saviers. Or I love mispronouncing names. Like Leaf Saviers, or what's another fun one? Like school bus could be Schulbus. Hey, Zombie Brush Studios, how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. How are you doing? Like, what are other fun words that for those of you who are not following Zombie Brush Studios, please go give Zombie Brush Studios a follow. Zombie Brush Studios is absolutely a friend of the channel. But what else are fun words? Alright, who wants to hear... alright, who wants a cool, like, English thing? Like, alright, you ready? I don't know if I've talked about these before on stream, but there's this concept for words called autological and heterological. And the classification for autological and heterological is not, you know, like sexual orientation related, but word language related. The question of autological and heterological is the word describes itself, or the word autological, auto being self, logical being self-logic. Hanging in there. I hope you're doing well, Zombie Brush. And then you have heterological, which means it's not self-describing. So the word is an autological word because the word is a word. Whereas the word tumultuous could potentially be autological because it is tumultuous in sounds. Buzz makes the same Z noise. It could be autological. A heterological word would be fruit. The word fruit is not a fruit. It is heterological. The word long is not long. It's actually relatively short. So it is heterological. But there's actually a... That's really cool. I didn't learn that until after college. But there's actually a fun paradox that comes with it. Absolutely. I'm not gonna do another 10 push-ups right now. I appreciate that, though, Sacred Demon. Oh, I see, I see. That's cool. That's really cool. I am still in pain, so, like, I am good for right now. There will be tomorrow to do more squats. That's super cool. But so this paradox with autological and heterological come from themselves. If very much so. Very much so. So that's definitely going to be the baseline now. Moving forward is we're going to start with 10 and then we're going to work our way up from there. So the word heterological. If the word heterological is autological, meaning heterological describes itself, it is not heterological, which means it cannot be autological. But if heterological is heterological because it's not autological, then that means that it is itself heterological, meaning that it should actually be autological because it describes itself. But if it is autological, meaning it does not describe itself in this capacity because it is heterological, and heterological, if it is autological, means that it would have to be heterological. And you just go back and forth on this. Exactly. So, heterological is neither heterological nor autological. So, there are words that cannot be heterological or autological. For those of you who are not following Kevin Kitsune, please go give Kevin Kitsune a follow. Kevin Kitsune is absolutely a friend of the channel as well. Please go give them so much love. I'm a zombie brush. I hope everything's good. But yeah, so, you know, random facts with steep tea. I know, Dark Angel, you've been doing a great job. We really have been. Alrighty. So much red, but I like it. Swillow, if you're here and or listening, can we please do D&D this weekend? I bet. Yeah, no, well, we did such a good job. We survived a month hiatus. I just worry that if we take any more breaks, the group's gonna dissolve. We're getting dangerously close to inconsistency that kills D&D groups. Oh, completely. I completely understand feeling like shit. Like, I cannot fault that. But if there's something we can do, I just want us to do D&D so that people don't... Yeah, no, I know. But it's just, it's really rough getting my hopes up for D&D and then not playing. For me, at least, personally. Which is, in part, a personal problem that I just need to get over. But I just worry if anyone else feels that way because I don't want the group to dissolve. Good, I'm glad you're liking it, Kevin. Oh my god, this Friday the new Monster Hunter comes out, I forgot. Yeah, like, I don't have any other groups either. But I'm just sad when we don't have D&D. And then I end up kind of feeling like I waste my weekend, or not my weekend, my Sunday, because I just kind of sit around because I, like, wasn't. But then I don't want to, like, make plans expecting D&D to get canceled, because then if it doesn't, do I cancel on somebody else, or what happens if I figure out something to do that's more fun than D&D? Well, then now I don't want to do D&D. Because I found something more fun than D&D. If that just accidentally happens. Like, I could take up, like, I don't know, underwater basket weaving. Because, like, I'm Emerson Schaefer. Like, that's just the shit that I do. Like, oh, we're gonna learn how to calculate pi using infinite series and integrals. Okay, that sounds like a fun afternoon. Like, and that wasn't being sarcastic. That is a fun afternoon. Like, it's so cool. It's so cool. I do not understand it enough. That's why I'm doing it, is because I want to understand exactly how. Oh, I like rain. Ah! Okay. Ah. That's fair. Fire pits are fun. But I love Breath of the Wild, Kevin. Love, 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 love Breath of the Wild. Soup. Ugh. Mmm. Cooked vegetables. Mm. I didn't put squash in this. I wanted to put squash in this. That was my mistake. I just now realized 5 days, 3 days after making this soup, that I did not put squash in it. Nor did the squash arrive, if I even ordered it. Damn it. Because it's got, like, sauteed carrots, and spinach, and bell peppers. But I wanted more vegetable. Mm-hmm. That's the truth. Like, vegetables. Mm-hmm. I swear food you buy yourself rots faster. Like, you're like, did I spend my money on this food? Yes? Okay, it goes bad instantly. Like, good God. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Yeah, you're welcome. On the upside, though, you've been, like, resting for a week, so you've got a lot of pent up needing to kick some ass. Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm sitting here and I'm like, I could message Dork on Discord and be like, you should clean the fridge for your mother. Like, could you imagine how random that message would be? Oh, that'd be so funny. Before Friday, you should take a moment to clean out the fridge for your mom. Otherwise, you might die. No, I'm kidding. Good. Well, not good, because it shouldn't be just Dork. But good on Dork for picking up the mantle on that. Yes. But it at least reduces some stress. To go from one high-stress environment to another is not ideal for you. Like, so it's less about sparing anyone and more about taking the opportunity to help you be able to come back to an environment that's low stress. Good. Good. That's good to hear. Good. So, Dork, if you're here in stream, write this down and remember to do it, because it'll make life on Friday better. I bet I would be too. I would be too. Hey, yes you can. Yes you can. That's exactly the truth. There you go. That's the good way to think about it. Well, Alarith is looking good. I'm happy with the back. I like how that looks. But it is 10 o'clock. And I am tired. I am tired. Fair. Oh, yeah. Now, I do want to... I want it to be done. But that's okay. Art takes time. But I'm absolutely leaning towards tabletop standard. My patience with this model are dwindling as much as I hate to say that. I love this model, and it is so much fun. But I don't like armor. It's just confirmed for me that I don't like armor. The only part of this entire model that I had fun painting was the mountains. Like, I'm just not someone who likes armor anymore. Like, if the cow person was naked... Well, yeah. No, I'd paint them. But what I mean moreover, though, is that if they had, like, a loincloth and such, it would still be more engaging for me to paint. We did have a good conversation. It was fun. Let me know if you don't want to sleep tonight, because I can talk to you about the thought experiment that's bothering me after stream if you want. But that's your call, because... Ugh. Like, the armor looks cool, don't get me wrong, but I hate painting it. Like, that is what I have learned. But I do caution you that... But that's, the thing for tonight is just like a whole bunch of pasta fazool. What is pasta fazool? Oh my god, that looks delicious. What the hell is that word? Scrumptious. Delicious. Bon appetit. God. That looks delicious is what I meant to say. Look at that. Pasta fazool. Pasta fazool. I love this word. That's such a fun word. And it's pasta fazool. What the hell are you doing? Get out of my face. I don't want an ad. I want to look at pasta fazool. Oh. Now I want pasta fazool. What did I even say? Delicious? I don't even remember what I said. It was so stupid. I hope someone clipped that. Alright, I'm feeling good. Alarith is coming along. I know I keep complaining about her, but I was good. I didn't complain at all today until end of stream. Delicious. It's okay. It's okay. I can go back and clip it. It's not the end of the world. Delicious. God, that was so funny. Oh, I love it. Alrighty, everybody. Don't go anywhere. We are going to raid, but I got a couple of fun things to show you all first anyways. Well, one fun thing. The rest of them will be here soon. Ah! Love quinacridone red. Favorite color of red. Like, anyone asks me, like, what's your favorite kind of red? Which nobody asks me that. Like, not even other artists. Like, am I the only one that gives a shit about different shades of color? Oh, very soon indeed. Like, no, I'm like, not, like, miniature painters have. But, like, I've got artist friends who are, like, artists, and I'm just like, what's your favorite yellow? And they go, yellow? But you want to know what I think it is? I think it's because they're predominantly digital artists, so they don't have cadmium yellow. Because this makes it really easy to talk about exactly the colors, cadmium yellow. But regular colors have their name. My favorite color of pink is salmon, specifically. Chartreuse. Apparently, there's a term for the checker pattern on a blanket that you use for a picnic, and it's called... I'm forgetting. Gingham. Gingham. That is specifically the pattern on, like, that. Gingham. Like, that's cool. But no. Nobody asks me what my favorite color of red is. Like, little kids, absolutely. Like, you ask a little kid, like, yo, what's your favorite color of red? Like, sometimes they go red. Otherwise, they get really specific, and I love it. Adults just don't do that sometimes. It's no fun. The last time I bought new shoes, not a single person asked me if I could run fast in them. What's the point of new shoes? Like, seriously. What's the point? Because I remember in elementary school, I get new shoes, and it's like, hey, look how fast I can run in these new shoes. But no, it's have I filed my taxes yet? Oh, yes, I love forest green. But yes, oxidized blood is such a good color. Do you want to know why I bought my last pair of shoes so I didn't have to tie shoes anymore? I have till May for what? I lost what I said. They're slip-on Vans, and I like the way they look. They're simple. They hold up so well. I've had them for like 8 years now. I can run fast in them without falling off my feet. And I don't have to tie them. They're slip-ons. Like, we have the technology. We have the technology. I know my property taxes aren't due until... May. But I don't know about taxes. I need to just do them on time anyways. My accountants always kick my ass every year. Well, that sounds so weird. My tax preparers, that aren't accountants. My tax preparer always kicks my ass every year because I file in October. Why? Because I procrastinate, and you can file an extension for free, and it doesn't impact the amount that you get back. Yeah, no, I'm not behind on taxes. But normally, I file my taxes on October 15th every year. Like, it'll be like October, like, 10th, and they'll call me and they'll be like, Emerson, you have not given us a single goddamn document. If you want us to file your taxes, you need to give us your W-2. And I go, oh, shit! And I overnight them everything. So I'm gonna try not to do that this year. So it's March, and I have 6 days left in the month, and my goal is to get my taxes done by the end of March. There's a really good chance they'll be filed in October. But if I can do it in March, I'll feel really, really good in October when I panic on the 15th for a moment and then remember, I've already filed my taxes. Indeed, I have a reminder set on my phone every day for the next week. And I keep just dismissing it. I need to find a way to make taxes fun. See, the problem with taxes is I get lost in the sauce. Like, I love tax code. It's so stupidly organized, but brilliant. And I love it. So I cannot file my own taxes. Because I find myself reading the entire tax code just to make sure I'm doing it right. Like, because it's all published documents. You can search them up and you can read the actual stuff that makes the documents, because the documents don't make it clear. I have an easier time reading legalese than I do those stupid documents. I hate 1099s. So that's why I don't file my own taxes, is because I would have never filed taxes before, but I would have become an accountant in the process. Like, this is how it go. Like, I'm just like, oh wow, this is really interesting. Masters it. Like, not masters it, but just learns everything about it. And then I'm like, oh shit, I was doing this for a purpose. So, fair. I wish I didn't have to file taxes. Well, hopefully it's not too crazy to catch up on. Like in the US, fun fact, I don't think you go to jail for not filing, as long as you eventually do file. It's only if you actively try to subvert the tax system do you go to jail. Like, I don't quote me on that. But like, you just get fined and you just owe more money, because I know people who are like 6 years behind on their taxes. And I'm like, wait a minute, aren't you supposed to be in prison? And then I'm like, that wouldn't make any sense. fair. That is fair. But I don't want to talk about taxes anymore. Like, not because it's a boring subject, because it's so interesting, but because it is late and I am tired. I want to go to bed. Ugh. I have been sleeping like shit all week. So terribly all week. It's been so bad. But I'm okay. I really am. But before we go, I want to show you all something really cool. This is going to be on my store here soon, but the enamel pins of my logo have officially arrived, and they look spectacular. They look spectacular. I love how it looks. It looks so good. Oh, I know, right? Just look at them. They're such good quality too. Like, let me take it out of its blister so you can see it. They're so good, and I inspected all 100 of them, and there's no flaws that I saw. But look at that. Oh, it's so good. So good. Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. Oh. So these can be yours. Thank you. I appreciate it. Looking at, like, everything, because now that I'm actually, like, selling a product, wow, does things get complicated. But, oh, that's right, I need to make patches. I need to make patches. I'm gonna do that. Like the iron-on patches. Yes. Ah, bae. But for those of you who want one, prices are not finalized yet, but it looks like they're gonna cost somewhere between some dollars and not so many dollars. Oh, same. Same. I would absolutely buy a jean jacket just to iron patches on it. Love it. In fact, actually, I've got some patches that have just adhesive on the back of them, and I put them on my laptop. But this is gonna cost a reasonable number of dollars. Like, it's not gonna be stupid, but I need to also at least break even. Hello, Peachy Primix. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome. Hello and hello. So these are gonna be on my store here soon. But then additionally, once I know what the price is, I can then correlate the price to the number of channel points in a meaningful capacity. And you will be able to redeem these for free if you don't want to purchase one. Because you being here and watching and earning channel points is enough for me. And so there will be a portion of these pins, which are limited edition and collectible, will be redeemable on stream for a certain number of points. So keep your eyes peeled. There are also 10. There are also 10. I'm doing good, Peachy. I'm doing really good. I'm doing just peachy. There are 10 of these pins, so there's technically 110 pins, that are not numbered. The not numbered pins, I'm going to paint over and do fun things with, and those will be even more rare than the 100 pins. I know, right? So it's my logo for the stream, so like right up here in the corner. Look at that. Ah, it's so cool. It makes me so happy. I love how it looks. Beautifully made. Beautifully made. Love it. Ah. So this is also starting my new pin empire. Ah! So I'm going to turn my emotes into pins. I'm going to turn my face into pins. I'm going to turn my art into pins. I'm going to turn pin into pins. Ah, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. I'm so excited. Like I have to like pace myself so I don't, you know, spend so much money on pins that nobody wants, but I think these are going to be fun and sought after, so I think it's going to be awesome. Why do I sound like Art Plushie? Where is Art Plushie? I haven't seen her in a while. Is she okay? Like, I have not seen Art Plushie in a while. Oh, yes, exactly. Alright, everyone. Yeah, I haven't either. I hope she's okay. I'll have to ping her. We know she changed her channel name and stuff. Yeah, she did. But I don't recall seeing her online. Alrighty, let's see who's on. Hey, Dark Angel. Wait, I already know you're here. Brain. Oh, I haven't rated Fang and Claw hobbies in forever. I love Fang and Claw hobbies. Absolutely we are. I love Fang. We have not seen Fang in forever. Yes! Get your shit in. Get your asses in the raid. There's 2 of you who aren't raiding. I'm gonna kick your ass. So, raid indeed. Peachy, I'm so sorry you caught me at the end of the stream, but I hope you're doing wonderfully. I hope you will stop by tomorrow. We will be streaming 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time until, like, about this time Pacific Standard Time. I'm going to go do the big sleep. Not the big sleep, but, like, the good sleep. But not the, like, the big sleep sounds like death, and that's not what I was implying. Absolutely. No, absolutely. So if you wanna buy one or redeem one, they'll be available soon. So I'm just kind of, you know, talking them up, hyping them up as I get everything in order for this. So it's gonna be a blast. So thank you all so much for such a spectacular stream tonight. I really appreciate it. I really do. You all are beautiful, wonderful, incredible, amazing people. So as always, stay steeped. Stay steeped. I will see you all tomorrow. Let's go raid Fang. Blast off. YouTube. Thank you all so much. I appreciate it. I really do. Stay steeped.